My name's Steve Cox. I'm a professor of engineering at Northern New Mexico College in Espanola, and there I direct the Northern New Mexico STEM Mentor Collective. So the goal is to put smart, caring college students in K-12 to support teachers and students and families, largely around STEM subjects, largely around hands-on projects. So to kind of inculcate some kind of STEM mindsets and STEM knowledge, but also to introduce role models that tell these kids that the STEM is something that they can do, college is something that they can do. So to put them face to face in a regular fashion, not just a one-off, where here's the pamphlet about college, kid, good luck with that in 5 years, but to kind of go in and have a sustained relationship with these kids and with the teacher and with the classroom. I offer a mentor training class every semester at Northern for students that are going to classrooms. And we have a 7-week program called Expanding Your Network of Caring Adults. Wow. And there we teach kids the advantage of acquiring mentors, acquiring adults again, that care about them, but particularly adults that have college experience in families where that doesn't exist. So we teach them about social capital, we teach them about possible selves, we teach them about kind of having a bigger picture, a bigger lens, and also to kind of take seriously their social network. How can they get from here to there? And also what are some of the obstacles that all of them suffer and that can be alleviated by mentors that have been there before. From the area, they've had the same struggles as all students in a low-performing school where most of them have suffered 1 or 2 years without a full-time teacher in a core subject. So they do not see themselves as content experts. I'm able to elevate them as content experts in front of their near peers in the classroom and give them self-confidence in a STEM idea. And then finally the teachers. We're entering classrooms where there's, the ratio is we've got 30 students in a 7th grade class. The teacher has 10 microscopes. How in the world is she gonna manage 10 stations by herself, 7th graders? Or she has 30 Chromebooks, and how is she really going to manage the troubleshooting that's necessary to keep kids on task? So by bringing college students into the classroom as kind of over-the-shoulder helpers with technology, with science experiments, that frees the teacher up to actually manage the classroom and also look over the shoulder as mentors are sharing their knowledge, kind of perhaps more recent STEM knowledge and background with how computers work, how science experiments work. We design experiments together. We design curriculum together.
Oh, like the mentors and you and the teachers?
Yes.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So it's an integrated model.
It's an integrated. So as part of the mentor training class, the minimum is that mentors take that for 1 credit.
Yeah, I was
for
gonna
2
ask you
additional
about
credits. If they develop curriculum to be used in K-12, they get 2 additional credits.
Oh, so that your mentors are actually developing curriculum.
Yes.
Wow, that's a great skill.
Yeah. And again, with the knowledge of what's already there in the classrooms, so it's not in developing it in some kind of vacuum. So this is supporting teachers. Another way we support teachers at the mentor training class, they have to finish the class with an essay, and often their favorite form of essay is interviewing teachers.
Oh, cool.
To get a better understanding of the teachers' needs for mentors and the impact on teachers. So the teachers are, the comments that come through over and over again are the fact that teachers see mentors as caring adults without the baggage of that parents carry with them. And the teachers see that ability of the mentors to be outside adults who value their students and value the teacher as a super positive influence.
Okay. My name is Edwin Felter. I'm from Nambe Pueblo. I'm Native American and a resident of New Mexico. I am an electromechanical engineer from Northern New Mexico College. I provide mentorship across the statewide region, which we can go into the classrooms and teach kids STEM concepts. So what really benefits the kids, in my opinion, is of course having a caring adult to be by their side, along with computer science skills that they can use to excel in the future. We're open to everything. We are the Arduino capital of the state, but besides the fact, we're open to anything that will help the youth, whether it's literacy. We also do a caring adult network, which we go and provide kind of a mentorship, fellowship type program. We go into the classrooms, we talk with kids about life and about expanding their social network in order to make them feel more comfortable in their environment. A lot of teachers here are not familiar with computer science, and it's kind of a new thing that's being developed. in our state, across our education system. And I feel like learning computer science just helps them prolong their career and prolong, their career for the future, because that's where we're all going. Computer science is forever excelling, and if the teachers aren't on board, then they fall behind, and therefore they're not eligible to even teach. And we need to keep moving forward. Continuous learning is the key to life. When we first come into a setting where the teachers know nothing of this, well, we're mainly in charge about leading the workshops and conducting this experiment. And when we do it, the teachers, they're bright-minded as well. To be an educator, you have to be bright-minded, and these teachers are able to come in and learn along with the students, even at sometimes a faster rate or even slower rate. Doesn't matter, as long as they learn what they're doing and they're able to teach it again and incorporate it into their next class. Because once you learn something, it's hard to forget unless your brain's not on the noggin,
And do you see that? Do you see that teachers have taken what they learned from you all and used it with other classes?
Yes, they continue to do it, and mostly, they love the presence so much that they continue to invite us back.
That's cool.
So they're along with it, they know how to do it, but of course they feel the mutual respect to keep bringing us back to their school. So when I had the opportunity to go teach the youth, I couldn't turn it down, and the benefits that it's had for me is just genuine happiness.
Okay, I'm Jenny Luraya. I'm from Bernalillo High School. I teach math and robotics. This STEM mentor collective is growing on things I get to see in the engineering field. Like, there should be math, there should be science in it, there should be programming in it, logic and all those stuff. But how am I going to teach it if I don't know how they're teaching it? How can I mimic for the multiplier effect? So some of them have been working with mentors, so they know how a teacher would ask stuff, but some of them are new and they're used to engineering students, so I get the benefit of both. So I get the mentor part of it, and I see it as how I am going to teach the kids, and I also see the engineering part of it, and I see how I'm going to show the kids what an engineer would look like, or what an engineer would ask, and how are they going to ask stuff like this. We don't have like a formal PD on how to make it more engaging and how to make it more exciting for the kids. So what I do if I go to this conference is that I observe how they interact with other teachers, and I would assume the teachers represent my kids. So the way they handle questions, the way they respond in terms of like how much of what I need to teach should I spoon feed, and how much should be spontaneously learned throughout the process. So seeing how they deal with stuff is like me practicing in the way that they are doing it.
It sounds like you get to see how, when they're working with teachers, the reactions.
Yeah, the reactions, the good and the bad, and how it should be handled. It's not a perfect scenario because we're dealing with more mature teachers, but how is it gonna benefit me if I share this to my co-workers? Will they take it the way we take it? Because we are on the STEM field. Most of the teachers I work with have not been exposed. So I get to see how I deal with my students, plus I get to see how should I deal with adults in my community, and that community is my school. So I try to bring them up to the STEM level, but if I don't know how to handle them, it's going to be harder for me to convince them that we do have to do STEM in the classroom. Everyone thinks that whatever material I use 2000 and something will still be the same material I'm going to use in 2020, and that's something that I want them to see, and I want them to power struggle, but I also want them to enjoy, so they still do it regardless of how hard it's gonna be. And how the mentors handle me as a participant is putting them on my shoes, you know what I'm saying?
So what advice would you give to teachers who want to bring in mentors like these young people?
They have to experience it first. They have to know the strengths and the weaknesses, and they have to learn how to self-assess. Sometimes we feel like we know everything, and then we go in and the activity touches our ego. your pride should not be bigger than your passion for teaching.